Hey guys, welcome back to Grain Free Homestead. My name's Derek. Stephanie is out moving stuff right now. We're in the middle of moving our homestead. We are almost completely moved in to the new farmhouse. And one of the projects we had before we could move in was we have to get our dog over here, and he has an underground fence. There's a few options on the underground fence. We chose the in-ground fence, not the like the GPS one or the one that uses satellite or whatever, the perimeter one that has like a signal that it shoots out for like a circle around your house. The reason we chose the one with the wire in the ground is because we can really determine where the dog goes. We just don't trust him. He's not real comfortable around the chickens, but we also want him to be able to protect our home and to let us know, be like an early warning system for if anything is in the area. If something's getting our chickens, he's close enough to bark at it. He could bark at deer in our garden, but he can't get in our garden. And it keeps him off of the road, keeps him from running away. We have a big field out front now that is going to be plowed and has soybean and corn in it that we're kind of letting it go this year and letting the farmer use it, but probably going to change our mind next year on that. But he has a perimeter in the yard, and it's a whole lot easier to control where he goes if you have an in-ground wire. I had my friend let me borrow his edger, little gas-powered edger there. I'll go over here. We use, I believe it's a Petsafe Underground fence. And if you can see this line right here, I'm putting his boundary in. They do have different kinds of fences you can get. We always I actually like the one that's the wire. That way I can keep the dog separate from the garden and certain parts of the yard. And plus, we have this big field out here, but for now I want to keep the dog out of it, keep him contained in this area because he will run away. There are other fences we looked into getting. Some of them have like GPS and satellite. All the reviews I read about those is that sometimes they're glitchy, sometimes they don't work. They'll make like a door where the dog can cross over. We have one called the Stubborn Dog. It takes a 9-volt battery, and it's their version of it. It's the Stubborn Dog Petsafe. And this just runs a loop around your property. I think it comes with like 500 feet of wire. I think I got another 500 feet just in case I need it, and as I can adjust and see where I need to put the dog and where he doesn't need to be. This thing works pretty good. I've always had a lot of luck with it. So I'm going to install this and see how it goes. There it is. Petsafe. I've used this company for years. I've had a few problems with it, and it was mainly my fault for cutting the wire. That's probably the biggest downfall to having one of these in wire, like the wire in the ground, is if you get it too close to your garden, you get it too close, you forget where you put it, there's a pretty high chance you're eventually going to cut it. Or if you have kids who just randomly stick shovels in the ground, it's happened to us before, then you'll get it cut. Then it's hard to find. But I do like this fence better just because of you're able to control where the dog goes a whole lot better. So you can see the edger worked great. You don't really need to go very deep, probably just about 1 inch deep, just enough to cover up this wire. And we're getting ready to install the wire. So there's like a little transmitter. I'll show you that. So here's the transmitter. You got a wire in and a wire out, and you create a loop in your yard, and that loop will contain the dog inside of the frequency on his collar. He's a little shock collar. It takes a 9-volt battery, and you can kind of control how far out, how many feet out, and around the perimeter. So there's a warning I think I usually keep it around 3 foot out. So if he gets about 3 foot from the wire, he'll get a little warning. And if he keeps going after the warning, he'll get a little static shock. It doesn't hurt. I've shocked myself with it before to see how bad it was. It kind of just jerks you a little bit, like, it's not a bad shock, but it's not comfortable. You won't like getting hit with it. And that seems to be the best way that I've ever had to keep my dogs in my property without having to worry about them running off or getting hurt or getting hit by a car, or just that way I can just contain them. So this little device here, I've went through a few of these for multiple reasons. It needs to be kept like indoors. So I'm going to put this in my garage, run a wire through the garage to outside, and that way I'll have a loop. But the problem I've had with these is where I had I put it under a deck outside at the other house, and it would get water damage over time. I did figure out a way, because it has to be able to breathe. It has to have, electronics. It just needs to flow so it doesn't overheat. But you can't contain it to where, it's got to be contained enough to where it doesn't get wet. So indoors in a garage, it's the best place to put these. I did figure out a better way to do it, because I went through like 3 or 4 of them. After 2 years or so, they would all just get too much moisture in them, and they would quit working properly. They'd still work, but they wouldn't work properly. I put a 5-gallon bucket, and I drilled it underneath the deck, inside the deck, like underneath, and that way it was protected from the rain getting through the little slats in the boards. And there's a little mounting bracket on the back here, and you can slide it and it will mount. So I used the 5-gallon bucket to protect it from the elements. So that did help a whole lot. I didn't have any trouble after doing that. But we've used this system for a while. It beeps if the circle isn't complete, so you know that it's not working, and you get like a little green light and it doesn't beep if everything's working properly. And you can test it with the dog collar, and I'll try and show you all that. All right, guys, so we got the whole system set up, the dog containment system. We've ran a trench all the way around the yard. We had a little wire that we put into the trench, and we kind of determined where the dog could and couldn't go. It really helps with allowing the dog access to certain parts of the yard and not other parts of the yard. Keeps him safe and contained, and we don't have to worry about running all over the town looking for him. So we have the trench dug, the wire has been in place, and then we went back over and ran like a lawnmower over it just to kind of crush it down. I had the kids stomp on it and make sure that everything was down underneath the ground. So here is his box that attaches to his little collar. It's got 2 prongs right there, and when they both touch, so if you only touch one, it won't bother you, but if both of them are on his neck, and here I'll let you hear the sound here of what happens when he gets too close. So you can see the line right there. That's where the dog fence is. I think I have it set up for about there. There's the warning. That's the warning saying, hey, don't go any further. That little beep, 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 that is the actual shock right there. And I'll show you too. Let's see how bad this is. It's like getting hit with just a regular electric fence. Just enough to go, just to make you kind of jump. So this will definitely, it keeps him in. He doesn't like it, and I don't blame him. I don't like it either. I know some people might think, hey, you shouldn't shock your dog. That's not humane, or that's not animal friendly. Well, I'm doing it to protect him. I'm doing it to protect my home, my property, my other animals, and protect the neighbors, and protect him from getting hit by a car. So I'm just being a responsible pet owner by having him in with this containment system. So I'll also show you too the transmitter, how it works, because it's hooked up now. So here's the transmitter. I ran a wire outside right there, and you can see here, if I pull out, I have it mounted. If I pull out one of these wires, it tells me that the loop is broken. So now the dog is free to go. He won't get shocked. So if you're hear something, you go cut the grass, and you come back and you hear this, that means you cut that wire somewhere out there. So it's just telling you that somewhere there's a break in the loop. Dog or whatever is not going to get shocked. shocked as the containment system is not active. Guys, this is Solo. He's 5 years old. You can see on his collar here, it's not too tight. It's got enough space underneath of it where it kind of barely just touches him, and it slides around his neck pretty easy. So guys, he has his collar on, and you can see that he's not too worried about it. He's fine. But when he gets to this certain point, he's going to kind of stop. And when he hears that beep, he will back up. See, he wasn't shocked. It was just a warning to say, hey, this is as far as you can go. So guys, you can see he just can walk freely in his boundary here. He can chase animals outside of this boundary, but he will not go out of it. He's doing really well with it. He's never had really any problems. You also get these little flags. Say if your dog has never dealt with one of these collars, probably spook them pretty bad. They won't understand what's going on. So you set the boundary up with these little flags, and it gives them kind of a visual on where the boundary is. I probably need to kind of put a few of these up for him just to kind of help him with the new home. And guys, if you wanted the dog to be able to cross the line in a certain area, say like from your garage to the end of the boundary, you can kind of cross the wires, kind of braid them together or just kind of circle them together, and it'll block the signal so the dog won't get shocked. So you'll have a zone where there's a wire, but it won't shock the dog. It's just something extra in there in case you had a setup at your home. And guys, let me know if you all use a different system, maybe one of those systems that have GPS or the signal that comes out and makes the circle around your house. If you like that system, say something down in the comments. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me how it works, if you have ever had any issues out of it, because I'm kind of curious. I've always used this one. I really like it just because of the whole boundary thing. But yeah, let me know if you have any issues or if you had problems out of the system, other systems that are different than this one. So guys, I hope this video has helped you if you're in the market for looking for a underground pet containment system. There's a bunch of them out there. I'm not getting anything for talking about Petsafe. I just have used them for a lot of years, and I like the way that it's more controllable than the other systems are. I don't have to worry about the signal overlapping out of my property or in somewhere where I don't want the dog to get. So guys, if you want to help support our channel, hit the like button. That really helps us a whole lot. It helps the algorithm. If you comment, share, it really helps. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I hope that we're able to bless you guys. I hope you all enjoy the content that we are producing. Sorry we haven't made a video in a little while. We've been super busy with the move. Hopefully we'll have some more videos coming out here real soon. So God bless you guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you on the next video.